Welcome to the podcast. It's Mr. Ish. We're here at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, Kildare Clubhouse. Another Brents Club edition. I think this is episode number 3 so far for this year. I think we have 2 on film and a couple on this podcast. So today is no different. We just have a smaller group. There's only 3 of us today, but I wanted to keep it small. Let's just introduce ourselves. Give me your name and your age.
Hi, my name is Nehemiah, and I'm 12 years old.
Welcome.
Hi, my name is Davion. I'm 13.
Davion, is that your deep voice, or do I need to adjust the microphone over here?
No, that's me.
That's you? Okay. Welcome, guys. You guys been on the podcast before. Today, I just want to do it a little differently. I didn't want to do 4 people. I wanted to just do a simple table of just a few of us. The question is really, we've all, unfortunately, at times had to deal with family members, friends, or people that we know that had some type of a substance abuse or drug abuse or something like that. But there are steps to get out of it, and I just wanted to know if in your life, if you had someone that had to deal with some form of either drug abuse or substance abuse or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You had somebody? Could you elaborate a little bit on your story?
Okay, so I guess I'll go first.
You're talking, so yeah.
My great uncle, he used to, growing up, when I would go to his house, he would smoke cigars and cigarettes, and it was really bad for him. So, after like a couple of years, my cousin was about to have a kid. So, he said, yo, I don't want you smoking no more. I don't want you doing none of this stuff, cause I want to see your grandkid doing this stuff and do that when he's older. So he made an effort to stop, and now he stopped.
That's great. Let's give him a shout out. So is his health any better since he stopped?
Yeah, he's actually doing really good now.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, we forgot to put tobacco in that realm, but tobacco is also one of the things that kills a lot of people. It gives them, heart disease. It gives them lung cancer and stuff like that. It's like it does so many things to you that they don't even have a category for. Sometimes when you do get sick, they don't even tell you that it was because of cigarettes, but it's a combination of it from the nicotine and stuff like that. So he decided that once he had the grandkids that he was going to stop, just not to show the kids, plus to better his health. So that's an important step that he took. Was he kind of like forced by the family?
No, he wasn't forced by the family. He wanted to make an effort for his grandkids. Okay,
so he took it upon himself. That's you have to admire stuff like that. My dad, he passed away, but he passed away for that. My stepdad, he was a avid smoker since he was I think maybe 12 years old or something like that. He told me, and when my son was born, the day he was born, he just stopped cold turkey. He said, "I'm just gonna stop because I know you don't want him around me. If I'm smoking, I don't do the smell when people try to hold your baby and they just smoke the cigarette and it's still in your body." So he just stopped, and he was absolutely great with my son, and so he just took it upon himself. Like, I know it must have been extremely hard. He didn't do none of those patches or nicotine, gum and none of that stuff. He just stopped. So, God bless him for doing that. I mean, they probably gave him some more years also, in his life. What's your story, buddy?
All right, so just like him, it was my great uncle, right? So we was at a cookout one day, a family cookout that we usually have, and he said he's a heavy drinker. So when he was drinking, I think he had 4 drinks at a time, and he gets drunk fast. So we're in the park, and he had a girlfriend and 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
So he was drunk, and then he started spazzing out on him. He started hitting his girlfriend.
Ooh.
He was grabbing his kids, throwing them around. We had to call the cops on him. All the family members had to stop him. And yeah,
that's a sad picture, man. I mean, you don't want to see someone abusing, women, kids, and stuff like that. So that's something that probably is still fresh in your mind. Like you remember seeing that. So did your uncle find did he get some type of help to help him with this with this situation?
Yeah, after a while, his kids got taken away because they had went to court. Him and his girlfriend they had went to court,
Mm.
so she had took the kids away and she had moved. I
Ooh,
think.
so she double.
I
She
think. She,
she took the kids away and she moved.
mhm.
So he didn't. He can't even try to find where the kids are at sometimes when they do that.
Yeah, so they moved to North Carolina.
Oh, so he
Where her
can't even
mother.
get on the bike and go see them. That's a trip.
Yeah, so after that, he had decided that he wanted to see his kids again. So he had stopped drinking completely. He started going
The
to
Alcoholics Anonymous,
hmm
AA meetings.
yeah, he started going AA meetings. I think he's right now. I think he's 2 years sober.
Okay, 2 years is
2 years.
big, man. 2 years is big. If you have someone that is an avid drinker, I mean, 2 years is could be a lifetime. You could imagine how many ups and downs you have in 2 years. So you could imagine someone that's just used to, I had a bad day, let me have a beer. I had a good day, let me have a drink. Because drinking is one of those things that you celebrate when you're doing good, and you when you're doing bad, you take the same bottle and you quench your thirst with alcohol just to get out of the problem. So I'm glad that those 2 years made a difference for him. I had a friend, unfortunately, she was, and this is kind of related to where you were at. She was a police officer, but one day she was supposed to come see me for my birthday. I was in Long Island, and she had a couple of drinks, and she was just hanging out. And then she decided like to, I guess, follow her boyfriend or something around to see what he was doing, and she got into a car accident. She passed away. She at that time she had a young baby. I think the baby was like 1 or 2 years old, young little girl, and it was just because her drinking, and she decided to get in the car and thinking because she's a cop, no one's gonna bother her or say anything. But she didn't have a seatbelt on, and she hit a wall, and that was it. She died. And it's one of those things that you like, wow, someone's life could go so quickly for something that you did just having fun with your friends, And I don't think she really was gonna, like drink all night type of thing, but she was already drinking, and she just, she made the wrong move and decided to get in the car and and follow someone around. And it was always been sad because my birthday is a reminder of that. I try to celebrate more her life than be sad that she did that. But it was also an eye opener for other people, and especially a lot of my friends. And I was like, if you're gonna go out, then don't take your car. It's not that serious. Now we got Uber, we got trains, we got all this type of stuff. So if you're really gonna have a good time and you want to hang out and have a few beers and watch a game, then do that. Just don't take your car with you. And I'm an avid person for that. So even if I'm gonna hang out with my friends, I leave my car home. I don't have a problem with that, because you never know what could happen. And, I also have another friend that the same thing. He decided to have a few drinks. Then he wanted to go to a club. He was actually pulled over by the cops, and the cops were like, "Hey, you weaving in and out. You weaving in and out." Pulled him over. Decided not to give him a ticket. They just told him, "Yo, just park your car, go what you gotta go." And he did that. And as he was parking his car, when he closed the door, a truck hit him. So it's one of those things that you never know. To this day, he's paralyzed from the waist down. But the only good thing about it is that he's a very positive person. So even through him having all the spinal operations and stuff like that, it didn't stop him. Like he's still. I think he was just recently married at that point. He still had kids. He still got a house. He still has a job. Like nothing stopped him. Like he didn't make him being in the wheelchair stop anything that he's done in life. So he was a very positive person. But this was also because he made a bad decision. And maybe if the cops would have pulled him over and took him in, this would have never happened. But they decided to be, nice at that point and just park your car. We're not going to take you in. We're not going to give you a ticket. And as soon as he turned around, truck hit him. So it's just, wrong time. But you have to be aware of these things, and being on, maybe not nicotine, but being on alcohol and drugs could really affect the outcome of your life and even your family, your kids and stuff like that. So it's very important that we take these substance abuse seriously, and that we try to be, we try to talk freely in this podcast about all the things like that. You guys have any other stories? Not that now that I'm being all in your personal business, but I just gave
Actually,
you two of mine.
actually do.
What you got?
So it was like it was my it was my it was my older cousin's stepdad, and we were having like this family gathering. Like it was just my family, my cousin's family, my grandparents, and my great granddad. So we were all hanging out. Um, my my cousin's stepdad had a little too many drinks, and he started wilding out and was doing all this stuff. And he was doing all this stuff. He smacked my cousin. We and he ended up passing out on the floor. So we called 911. We take him to the hospital. Turns out he's what's it called, kidney.
A kidney failure?
Yeah, he had a kidney failure because he was always drinking. So after he got his kidney removed, he started to change. He stopped drinking. He did all this stuff, and now he's actually a really good person. He's really positive because of that now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the times people change when the alcohol's in you. It's not that they're a bad person. It's just that the alcohol changes who they become. And it's very sad when you see them that they're a nice person, and all of a sudden you see the changes. Going every time they have a drink. They're a step closer to being violent, or passing out, or cursing at people, or stuff like that. So sometimes it carries on. You can see the different steps till they get to that point. And it's very unfortunate, but I'm glad that now he realizes that he needed to change just to be. Once they're not removing body parts, there's no way those things grow back. So you got to be aware of that. And I'd like to thank you guys. Thank you very much for being candid and open. Another Brents Club podcast is done.
Check, 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 1 2 1 2, check, 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 check.
We're out of here.